So, taking a look here at the defense of Melty as it rolls out here. We got Daskar on the McCree, Cabal on the Lucio, Nico on 76, D-Gun on Junkrat, Bod on Symmetra, and Munel rounding things out on the Reinhardt.
Yeah, offensively, it looks like they are running simply just the double orb composition for the most part. Chips and Coco will be running the Zens, Internet Hawk on Symmetra, Fluffy queues up as Genji, Mendo for a moment on Bastion, which actually wouldn't have surprised me because Mendo can be a character at times, and that would not have really stunned me, thinking that they probably already have this set in hand. And then the Bridge Up is going to round out on Lucio, but Mendo does switch back to Tracer.
Well,
and the reason why people are saying DAP bug, by the way, is that it was supposed to be Melty on the attack first, but the game bugged out, and instead they're on defense. Luckily, I was able to catch it on my end. Every now and then you wonder why the teams look weird. It doesn't, usually I'm able to catch it, I'd say like 99% of the time, but every now and then you set up the overlay before the game, then you get in and it just gets flipped on you. It's just total pain.
Yeah.
But take a look here at the offense as they move forward. We have Pluppy, of course, on the Genji, and Mendo going to the back as Tracer. And already Pluppy hammering down those shurikens, bringing down the Reinhardt shield, looking for pickoffs, and even deflects the Junkrat concussion mine. So good pressure coming up from Pluppy. And Coco at first blood in the game takes out Nico on the other side. Meanwhile, we have Mendo on the payload, Genji in the back, and the rest of the team coming up the right side. So interesting position here coming from IDDQD, but they are now 4 kills up on Melty as they move on to the first point.
Yeah, very quick aggression. They cleared out that top right side so quickly. 76 died early to a Zen. Pluppy, even though it took him a while to kill the Junkrats, was able to at least bully him off that point. That he finally cleaned it up, and that just cleared the way for everyone. Quick kill, quick cap.
Yeah, definitely. So, taking a look here, we got Mendo deep in the spawn, bombs out Cabal. Will die the Cabal as a result, but really very, very deep in coming out from IDDQD, and we see this a lot, and this is really powered by the Harmony Orbs. You get a Harmony Orb on you, and then you go deep in, and you let everything fall where it may, because you have that constant healing. You don't have to worry about taking damage, just back up for a little bit, go back in. There's no attrition, and Pluppy right now, a key part of 2 kills on the backline, and he is just going deeper.
Yeah, this might be part of the fact that Daskar is subbing in today, not a full part of the team, but as they tried to transition, they came up with 2 Widows for a pretty decent amount of time before they were able to get that sorted too, so some confusion on the transition into double orb composition from Melty.
Yeah, take a look at the defense from Melty. Melty very far back. It doesn't even look like they're going to be contesting the middle part of the map at all. They're really focusing on the last point. Meanwhile, we have Mendo, of course, very far in. He's going to rewind back. Pluppy under a bit of fire. No, he's going to deflect in the Daskar. Down goes Daskar. 65 now in favor of IDDQD. Out comes the Dragon Blade. A double kill off 1 slice. So that's 3 kills for Pluppy on this push, as IDDQD is setting just some absolutely ridiculous time here on Numbani thus far.
There are certain things that feel very good to reflect. Of course, ultimates are always up there, but reflecting a Widow shot back at Widow is pretty darn satisfying.
Yeah, we do have Nico coming out with the Dragon Blade of his own, but he's going to get taken out by Pluppy before he even gets started there. 5 kills now for IDDQD as they move forward, and this is just an absolute stomp in favor of IDDQD right now. Perhaps one of the fastest, if not the fastest on my time we might have seen thus far.
Yeah, I'm not certain exactly where Melty's heart is right now. You know, the fact that like the map was switched around and it got messed up, like, you know, some teams will be like, fine, we'll just take whatever, regame, but it almost just comes across as like Melty doesn't really feel confident in beating IDDQD today. We saw, you know, a glimmer of it with Anubis. They've got a sub player in. They're switching and not really having their transitions right. Like, I'm not sure they want to be playing right now.
It is very possible against that mindset. That was a great Dragon Blade slice. That just looks stylish. 236 on Numbani. My goodness. This, I mean, unless Melty were to bring out just an obscenely fast attack time and totally revamp all their mechanics, all the rest coming in, and IDDQD, frankly, to have a gigantic collapse, I just don't see how Melty wins in this next round.
Yeah, I mean, it's IDDQD's style. It kind of depends on if they're attacking or defending first. Of course, both facets of their game are remarkable. On offense, they like to be set super aggressive times, force a team into a composition or a style that they don't like playing, and then that really just plays into their hands where their defense, I think, is still the best part of their game, just that how they're able to shut teams out on maps completely and just kind of just suck the life out of them. So setting that fast of time puts the team in a rough spot, and then they have to go against probably the best part of IDDQD's game, which is first point defense.
Yeah, and the really rough point here, just in general too, is that you think about how long it takes to capture point A. I mean, with the overall time of 2:36, that's way less time than you normally have to capture point A, period, let alone completing the map. So again, we have a situation here where if Melty even gets wiped once or maybe twice, maybe they have room for one wipe, but if they get wiped twice, that's it. And, you know, it's pretty much GG.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, oh no. Oh no, I'm not sure if this falls into the realm of BM.
Yeah, it does. Sure, why wouldn't it?
But we definitely have IDDQD coming out with a highly dwarven defense here.
Highly dwarven.
5 Torbjorns, 1 Symmetra, still showing how vital Symmetra is, that even while trolling, a team still wants to pull out the Symmetra to go along with it.
Yeah, this is kind of why I thought, even early on in offense, that Mendo on the Bastion was a thing he wanted to do, but I think he got talked out of it by the opposing team. It seemed like it would fit Mendo's character to be like, we can win this even with me on Bastion, let me play Bastion. I think he got outvoted there, so now the rest of the team says, you know what, whatever, I guess
yeah, now we're gonna
play Dwarf Fortress here.
Yeah, for the record, Torbjorn is not a dwarf. He's just a very dwarf-looking like person. You know, he would definitely fit in an Ironforge and WoW. That's all I'm saying.
So we've
that beard's pretty legendary.
We've got him scattered around the map. Typical double orb coming out on offense can be, you know, it can deal with turrets. I don't know about 5 turrets, but it can deal with turrets.
Yep, the turrets are going down. Aardvark not actually paying off, as the turrets are dying en masse. And I will say this in IDDQD's defense, they'd probably just say that, look, our attack time is so fast that just making them attack turrets is going to slow them down enough. And actually, Mendo with the double kill on Torbjorn, Aardvark is paying off for Mendo as we watch him right now.
Yeah, I don't think it's like bad-natured BM or anything, but clearly it's not. You know, you could make a case for this being a valid strategy based on the time that they did. They only really have to slow them down, and what better to slow people down than getting a ton of turrets up? So, I mean, I'm not calling them
Aardvark.
Yeah.
People are armoring up, they're shielding up.
Yeah.
And Melty actually having trouble getting even to the point versus this, so I mean, say what you will, this is clearly somewhat legitimate at the moment. The Aardvark strategy, as it were.
Yeah, I don't think Melty wanted to play today. It's kind of the feeling I get. I'm not going to cast aspersions on them for it because it's hard to really feel that you have a great shot against IDDQD. And Melty also been struggling lately as well. So.
Mathematically right now, the 5 Torbjorns, 1 Symmetra has definitely bought enough time for Melty to take this map. So Melty going to take the set in a solid 2. Very strong play coming out from them, although... yeah, just an interesting series all in all, is I guess the most I can say.
Yeah, it's definitely something that we haven't necessarily seen before, but, you know, Melty on the downslide and not necessarily taking this series maybe as seriously as they could have. It started with Anubis, and then this.
I mean, I'm not really sure they were throwing or anything. I mean, really, I think it's just IDDQD was really far in front for Anubis, and then they got so far in front of Numbani that they could just come out with the Torbjorns and make it work. So, Mendo spamming crouch at the end, and there you have it. GG. IDDQD with a extremely quick 2-0 over Melty.
Yeah, I think regardless of what happened, IDDQD was favored to come out of here 2-0. That's just how well they're playing against everyone in the world. Melty, of course, has had some trouble lately, and it continues here today.